In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use keyword match types so you can save money and get more conversions with your Google search campaigns, so stay tuned. So Google search campaigns allow you to target certain keywords for the Google search bar. So when people are searching different keyword phrases, you can set different terms you want your ads to show up on. This way you can match their customer intent with your intent to sell to them. So if somebody's trying to buy women's scarves, for example, and you bid on those keywords exactly, then your ad can show up. They can click, go to your website where it's talking about women's scarves, and they can buy the item right away. However, with the search terms, there's different types of matching that occurs when the algorithm is trying to figure out where to put your ad. Sometimes, if you don't set the right keyword match types, then a lot of different searches that are kind of related to what you're trying to target but not exact are going to show up. And as a result, you're going to get people that really don't want your product, but they searched something that Google thought was in the right vicinity of it. So we're going to go over match types, which are the different ways that Google figures out what type of matching you want from what the user types in and what your ad should match to for your ad to show up. So if that didn't make sense, let's make it a little easier by showing you this chart. So we're going to go through each of these match types: broad match modifier, phrase match, and exact match. So starting with broad match is when it's not really super related to what the search is. So if it's women's hats, for example, it's going to include misspellings, synonyms, related searches, and other relevant variations. So some of the examples might be buy ladies hats and then women's clothing. Now, buy ladies hats is not bad, but women's clothing could be anything. So even though you might think, oh yeah, hats is kind of clothing, that's not what you want when you're bidding on keywords, because you're paying a lot for each click and you want people to buy right away when they click your ad, or at least have the highest chance of doing that. So you want to make sure that the intent is matched to what you're trying to sell or you're trying to do with lead generation or whatever your opt-in is. Broad match is probably the worst in terms of getting the best bang for your buck. You're going to get a lot of extra keywords that might give you ideas as to what to include in the future. However, you're not going to get exact match on intent. So you're going to end up losing a lot of conversions and end up paying a lot more per click and per conversion. Next is the broad match modifier. So there's a little plus sign that goes in front of it to let Google know that that's the kind you want to use. So an example keyword that you would put in to target for would be plus women's plus hats. So it's that whole phrase. And it's basically saying anything with a plus sign, it's going to have close variations of those terms in any order. So they might be flipped around, but they're still going to be pretty similar. And additional words may appear before, after, or between the terms. So for example, for the women's hats, you might have women's scarves and hats. So it includes hats, but it's still not exact to women's hats. So it's going to include, things like scarves or things before and after it, like winter hats for women. So you're not specifying winter, and maybe you're selling summer hats or maybe fall hats. So it's not going to link up exactly. It's better than broad match when you have a broad match with a modifier. However, it's still not as good as you want it to get the best bang for your buck. So the next one is phrase match. So this is where you'll put quotes around the phrase or the keyword phrase. So like women's hats. And then it matches the phrase or close variations of the phrase with additional words before or after. So it might be blue women's hats, buy women's hats on sale. So notice when you do phrase match, it definitely has your phrase in there. So it's going to be hats. It's going to be women's hats for sure, but it might be blue, it might be on sale. So if yours isn't on sale, or if it's not, a red hat, if they want a red hat or a blue hat, then you might miss out on that search, because when somebody puts in a blue hat and they click on your link and they go to your page and they're like, oh, this is red, like, I didn't want that. So then they're going to go away and you ended up paying for that click, which is unfortunate. So you want to try to match it as close as you can, but phrase match is really good, especially if you're trying to get a bunch of people to come to your e-com store and there's different variations of things, and you're at a point where you're not trying to just get sales to keep you afloat or get you off the ground. You're at a point where you're trying to stretch your target audience and get more sales for more items on your site, and then you want to remarket to them. This is a great way to get people looking around for similar items. So let's say you have tons of women's hats, or if you have tons of women's clothing or something, then this would be a great place to target women to come to your site and to kind of browse around and see if they want to buy something. They want to buy something, but they're not sure what. And if you have a variety, this would be good, but it's still not going to get you that exact match. And then finally, we have exact match modifiers. So This is where you put brackets around it. So this is going to give you exact matches of the term or close variations of that exact term with the same meaning. So for women's hats and brackets that you put into Google, for the Google ads, women's hats will come up, ladies' hats will come up, hats for women, hats women. So these are really, really tight knit. There isn't a whole lot of broad expansion here. It's exact match. It has the same meaning. Ladies and women has the same meaning, or it's pretty close. So this is the closest you can get in terms of making it super accurate. By using phrase match and exact match, you're allowing people to type in phrases. They're going to match exactly what is on your website and what they want to buy. So when they get there, you're not just paying for clicks just for whatever. You're paying for stuff that's really, really specific. Now, Ad Espresso did an experiment, and essentially they did it exact match versus broad match. They did a bunch of testing with like $1,000, and what they figured out is that like broad match is going to allow you to go fishing for new keywords. Both broad match and exact groups should be analyzed for an inaccurate search term. So even if you use exact, it might have a meaning, but it might not be exactly what you want still. Like maybe ladies and women makes a huge difference in your product brand or some of the products that you're putting out there for age gaps. So you definitely want to be sure that you're testing. You should always test, because there's a lot of theories out there from a lot of experiments, but they're not always accurate for every market, and they're not always going to work for every product type. So it's not saying use one or the other, like use exact match or broad match. It's saying like use a combination so you can refine the campaign and optimize. Over time, you're going to figure out that there's keywords you never would have found, and I'm going to show you in a second what those keywords would be. You know, you're going to be able to figure out like the best combination of those new keywords that people are actually searching and that you're ended up paying for. And then you're going to figure out which ones out of the ones you selected are working and which ones you can add just to get some extra reach. So you want to keep a real eye on the amount you're paying per click, the amount of traffic, and the amount of conversions that you're getting, and the conversion costs. So you want to check the cost per click and the cost per conversion, which you can do in the Google Ads Manager. So I'm going to take a look at one of my campaigns that I did for a online business opportunity lead generation campaign. So what I was trying to do is find people who want to learn how to create sustainable income online. And I was targeting people who look up make money online, earn money from home. And as you can see, I'm using a variety of them. I'm using the broad match, I'm using the phrase match, and I'm using exact match. So we can look at some of my results just to get an example of what's going on here. So I'm looking through, and I was getting a lot of clicks on make money online. That's the broad match, so a lot of different variations of that. And I can look through my conversions. I got a conversion on how to start an online business. That was a broad match modifier. And then I can see through here, I can sort this by the conversions. And there was 2 from the broad match. So you're gonna get a lot more impressions if you have not only higher volume keywords, like make money online is pretty much a niche itself, so there's a lot of searches for that. So that's why it's getting a ton of impressions here. Also because it is a broad match modifier, it's going to get more searches that are applicable to it. Now, this exact match, earn money from home, it's also really popular, but this is really good and really targeted if this is what's on my page. This didn't happen to convert as well, but if I don't have earn money for home right on the website, when people get there, they are willing to leave because it's not exactly what they're looking for. You want to match your website to what your ad copy says for your products. That way, when people get to your website and they want to buy, it's exactly what they expected when they searched it. And if you want to see the search terms that people were actually looking for, that you're actually paying for, what you can do is click search terms, and you can see what I was actually paying for. So I was doing exact match or close variants, like ways to make money from home, how to make money online. And I can sort by the conversions that I was actually getting. So like work from home, earn money, how to start a business as a kid online. So this was actually one that I didn't really want, because although that kid, I think, is still on my email list, the products that I'm promoting are really high ticket, and the kid doesn't even have a job or a degree. And unless his parents are willing to spend and he's willing to learn all these skills and there's a big guarantee there, it's probably not going to convert for me really well. Yes, that is what a search was, but notice it was a broad match, right? So it can get these phrases that I don't really want And as a result, I should have added that to my negative keyword list. And in another video, I'm going to talk about what negative keywords are and how that's going to really help you filter out some of those other searches where, you know, like there's certain searches for make money online, like how to make money online with GTA, which is Grand Theft Auto, which is not related to this at all. It's not related to starting your own YouTube channel or your blog and like doing affiliate marketing or something like that. It's like about making fake money on a game. So you want to focus your clicks on stuff like work from home, earn money. This was a good one to be converting on, and the cost per conversion was 50 cents. So that's really, really good. The intent with search ads is really, really effective, and you can find some really good keywords, and you can see like best way to earn money online. Same thing with like 17-year-old. I don't want that because again, they don't have a degree, they don't have a ton of money. They might convert because they're eager and they're excited, but they're not going to end up converting for my upsells. They might convert for my free ebook, but that's really just an opt-in. I hope this was really helpful for you to get insight on like what people search, how you can see what people are actually searching in the Google Ads console for your campaign. In future tutorials, I'm going to make videos on how to create a search campaign and how to do it for a specific product or an affiliate product or some other lead generation campaign, whether it's consulting or just trying to build your email list. Using the different match types, you can definitely save money, optimize your conversions, and start getting people that you actually want and need for your email list. So if you like this video, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. And if you want to grow your business even faster, learn how to use advertising to grow your email list and how to make more money from your business, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, slap the notification bell, and stick around for even more videos on how to crush it with your online business. There's a video right after this one, and I can't wait to see you in that one so we can grow your business even more. So stay tuned. I'll see you in that one.